In this session, we'll concentrate on finding one number as a fraction of another. Sometimes we are required to find out one number as a fraction of another. If you're carrying out orderly officer inspections or checks in preparation for a board of officers, you may have to produce a report of your findings. If you carried out checks on all of the rifles in the armory and found that out of 200, 20 had failed the checks, how would you write this as a fraction? To work out what fraction 20 is of 200, you must write these numbers down as a fraction and cancel them to their simplest form. Let's work out the fraction. So we begin with 20 over 200. To find the simplest form of a fraction, divide the top and the bottom by the same number. Repeat this action until you cannot cancel the fraction down anymore. Let's find out what number will go into the numerator and the denominator. If you don't understand this terminology, make sure that you look at the language of maths presentation. 20 will go into both the top and the bottom evenly, so divide both by 20. You'll have the answer 1 over 10, or 1/10. Therefore, you now know that 1/10 of the rifles were defective. Just to make sure we've got the right idea, let's have a look at another problem. The QM's department have just tested 48 respirators, and 16 of them failed. So what's the fraction? 16 out of 48 failed. Well, both can be divided by 4. So, 16 out of 48 divided by 4, so both the 16 and the 48 divided by 4 separately, becomes 4/12. We can get this smaller. Both of these numbers can be divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 becomes 2. And 12 divided by 2 becomes 6. Again, this still isn't as small as we can get it. Both numbers can be divided by 2 again. So 2 becomes 1, and 6 becomes 3. This is as small as it can go as full figures. So our final fraction is 1/3 of the respirators failed the test. The larger the number you divide by, the more quickly you will find your answer. However, it is sometimes easier to divide by smaller numbers. Just remember to keep going until there's nothing else you can divide by. If you had to record how many respirators passed the test, how would you work this out? This time, we're concentrating on how many passed. So, if 3/3 make a whole, and we take away 1/3, that means we're left with 2/3. Therefore, 2/3 failed the test. In this clip, we've concentrated on finding one number as a fraction of another. Now you must complete your workbook in order to help reinforce what you have learnt. Remember, you can view this clip as many times as you need to.